Hi, I am so glad you're here. That means you are in debt and you found me because you probably searched on YouTube, how do I get out of debt? Well, here's the deal. I will help you get out of debt. That I can promise. But for this to work, you have to be ready. If you're not totally cool, click out of this video and I'll see you in a week, maybe months, or maybe never. Well, you're still here. Well, great. Let's get you out of debt. First things first, who am I and what kind of qualifications do I even have to help you? Well, I've been a consumer reporter for more than 30 years. I've won like 11 Emmys for my work, and I educate people on how to save money, how to spend wisely. But that's not what totally qualifies me. What really does is just my own life experiences because I was in debt myself. Back in 2011, I was over $37,000 in debt. And yeah, it would fluctuate depending on my level of commitment. Sometimes I'd get it down to like the high teens, but as you guys know, when life gets in the way, that number would inevitably go up. For years, I kept saying the right things. I'll cut back on my spending. I'll be better next month. But let's be real, I wasn't ready. I still wanted dinners out, the new shoes, the instant gratification. I had 3 kids, a mortgage. You get it, right? But until my mind was ready to actually change, I realized my debt wasn't going anywhere. When I finally said, enough, I cannot live like this anymore, that's when things actually shifted. And it wasn't just about cutting spending, it was about making a conscious effort every single day not to spend. Because here's the truth, if you don't shift your mindset, your old habits will creep right back in. Think of it like going on a diet, but still stocking your fridge with cupcakes. You'll last maybe a week before you actually cave. Build your why. Write it down, post it on your refrigerator. Maybe it's being able to sleep without debt hanging over you. Maybe it's saving for your kids, investing and saving for yourself. Debt is a mental game as much as it is a money game, right? Once your head and your heart are in it, your habits will follow. Step 2, buckle down and stop spending. So here is the second most important step. You literally have to stop spending. I know you probably don't like hearing that, and a lot of financial experts out there are going to tell you not to deprive yourself, live a little, treat yourself, keep your little indulgences. I'll be honest with you, I had to do the opposite. I deprived myself, and that is why this worked. For me, that meant no more Target runs, no more home good splurges, no Starbucks, no takeout, no more Saturday night dinners out with my husband and kids. I made grocery lists. I stuck to them. I brought my coffee to work every single day, and honestly, I never even missed it. And here's the truth. If you're serious about getting out of debt, you cannot half do this. You have to be all in. You cannot keep swiping and hoping that the numbers are magically going to go down. You've got to stop digging the hole. I'm not saying that this is forever. This is temporary. Think of it like financial triage. You're stopping the bleeding now so you can start healing. Later, when you're out of debt, you can bring back some of those treats in moderation. Here's a trick that really helped me, and it was kind of like turning it into a game, right? Try a no spend challenge 1 week, 2 weeks, or even a month or so, where you actually don't buy anything beyond your absolute essentials. Compete with yourself or bring in a friend or a family member. It really kind of sounds tough, but you will be amazed how quickly you start enjoying finding new ways to not spend. Step 3, face it. I want you to pull every single statement, credit cards, car loans, student loans, medical bills, all of it. Don't leave anything out just because it feels too big or it's just too embarrassing. Add it all up and include the interest that you're paying as well. It's going to be brutal to see this. You're going to want to close your eyes. I get it. And you're going to want to pretend that it's not real, but ignoring it doesn't make it go away. It just keeps growing in the background, stealing from your future. So here's why this step is so critical. Until you see that full number in black and white, you're just going to guess at how bad it is. And when you're guessing, you're always going to underestimate it, right? I know, I did that too. I was like, oh, maybe it's like only 9,000. I think I got it down to that. No, it was almost triple that. Seeing the truth hit me like a ton of bricks, but it also gave me a starting line. Think of it like stepping on the scale before you start a fitness plan. You can't track progress if you don't know where you're starting, right? And just like with weight loss, the number isn't who you are, it's just where you are. So grab a notebook, make a spreadsheet, whatever works for you. List out who you owe, the balance, the interest rate, the minimum payment. When you do this, patterns actually start emerging. You'll see which debts are costing you the most, which ones you can knock out quickly, and where your money is really going. This part is hard. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, but it's also empowering because once you see it in black and white, you know what you're up against and you can finally make a plan and beat it. Remember, this number isn't your identity. It's just data. It's your enemy in plain sight. And now you are finally in the fight. Step 4, pick your method. So there are 2 main ways to pay off debt. These are steps you've probably heard before, but honestly, they really are legit and they do work. One is the snowball method. This is where you start with the smallest balance, you pay it off, and then you just roll that payment into the next one. It's quick wins and lots of momentum. The avalanche, that's where you start with the highest interest rate first, and then that's where you're also going to be saving the most money in the long run. So I'll give you a couple of examples. Let's start with the snowball method. So if you have 3 debts, let's say 3 credit card balances, you've got credit card A with a $500 balance at 18% interest, credit card B, $3,000, 22% interest, and credit card C, $6,000 balance, 16% interest. Now with the snowball method, you will pay the minimums only on B and C. And then you're going to throw every single dollar at A. That's the smallest balance. Once that $500 is gone, you take the money you were paying on A and you're going to roll it into B. Then once B is gone, you're going to tackle C. That is why it's called the snowball, because your payments are getting bigger and bigger as you roll down the hill. The big win here, though, is really psychological because you see the progress fast and it keeps you motivated. The avalanche method example, okay, so with this is where you kind of flip it. So you're going to pay the minimums on A and C, but you throw every extra dollar at B because it has the highest interest rate at 22%. Now, it's going to take longer to feel that win because that $3,000 balance isn't going to disappear overnight. But the big benefit is that you're going to pay way less in interest and get out of debt faster overall. I actually used both, and I'll tell you why. So I started with the snowball because I needed that little small win first. I needed to prove to myself that I could do this. But once I got rolling, I switched to the avalanche because honestly, I was just tired of throwing money away on interest. Step 5, set up automatic payments. We're busy, we forget, that's how late fees happen. But setting up automatic payments means you're never gonna miss one. At least cover the minimums automatically, then you can add extra when you can. This literally protects your credit score. It keeps you consistent and it takes willpower out of the equation. Let's face it, if we had willpower, we would not be finding ourselves in this situation in the first place. Step 6, avoid the traps. One trap I fell into myself was those 0% balance transfer cards. On paper, I get it. It looks super smart. You move one debt to another card, you get 12 to 18 months interest free, and you think finally you're going to get ahead. The problem is, though, life doesn't stop. I still had other credit cards, and when that 0% promo ended, the interest shot up to almost 29%. Suddenly, I was right back where I started. I'm not saying that balance transfers never work, but they only help if you have a strict plan to pay it off completely within that promo window. Otherwise, it's literally like a Band-Aid on a bigger wound. The same goes for companies that promise to erase your debt for a fee. Those are red flags. I honestly would just tell you, don't do it. If you need outside help, go see a nonprofit credit counseling agency. But honestly, the real solution is up to you. You can't outsource your way out of debt. You have to change your habits and then commit to the process. Step 7, negotiate your rates. This is one of my favorite underused tricks. Call your credit card company and ask for a lower interest rate. Here's a simple script. Hi, this is Susan Hogan. I have been a loyal customer of yours for years, and I would like to request a lower interest rate. Can you help me with this? If they say no, tell them that you're going to close your account or that you've got a better deal from another credit card company. That might be what just pushes them over the edge. Step 8, make more money. Cutting is good, but sometimes you do need more money coming in. So what I did, I took what I loved and I turned it into extra money. I love working out. I got trained to teach a workout class 3 nights a week and I made extra cash and I got my workouts in. Sell stuff on Facebook Marketplace. I do this all the time. I made $527 a few weeks ago by selling sports equipment my kids no longer use, decorative pillows from a home goods run I did a few years ago, along with other Target crap that I bought. You will be surprised at how many people actually buy your used stuff. Just make sure that you find a public place to meet up. I met at a local fire station down the street to do the transactions. Drive Uber or DoorDash. This actually is quick cash daily. It honestly is the easiest way to make money. You get to keep 100% of your tip, and you even get to paid an hourly rate from the company. You get to set up your territory, your own timeline. My son did this past summer to make some extra cash before heading back to college. He made more than $400 in just 1 week, so it was awesome. I guarantee that you have a skill. Are you a good writer, an editor? Have you ever tutored before? Whatever your skill is, let's get you making money for it. There are two really good companies out there. They're apps actually that get you going. One is Fiverr and the other one is called Upwork. You can post your skill and then they just hook you up with people who need help. Here's your bottom line, the truth. Getting out of debt is not easy. It is hard. It takes discipline, sacrifice, and saying no when everything in you wants to say yes. But I am telling you right now, it is worth it. Because when you finally make that last payment, when you check your account and you realize you don't owe anyone a dime, the freedom that you feel is indescribable. It's like breathing for the first time in years, and I so badly want that for you. So here's your call to action. Start today, not tomorrow, not when life slows down. Pull out those statements, face the number, make your plan, and stop spending money you don't have. You have the power to do this. You don't need perfection. You just need persistence. One choice at a time, one payment at a time, and you will get there. Your past does not define you. Your comeback does. And if you are ready to start that comeback, hit subscribe because I'm going to keep giving you the tools, the encouragement, and yes, the tough love you need to see this through. You've got this, and I'll see you next time.